Hey, what's up YouTube? It's Blue Golf Ball today with another Pokemon TCG online video, and today I have a deck for you guys that was suggested by Yujin Nakayama. Or not Naka. I'm sorry, I probably just butchered your name, but anyways, the deck that was suggested to us was going to be a Vespiquen deck in combination with the Crobat line. Oh boy, this is going to be pretty fun to play. So Vespiquen is a 100 HP grass type Pokemon. It's got the attack damage beat, does 20 damage times the number of damage counters on the defending Pokemon. So meaning if your opponent has 5 damage counters, it's going to be doing 100 damage. Slap a muscle band, that's 120 damage. Pretty solid, pretty good. And what makes it even better is Mew EX, right, with Versatile. So we're going to combine Mew EX with Dimension Valley. Each of your Psychic Pokemon's attack, both yours and your opponent, costs 1 colorless less. So what we're going to do is do damage beat for 1 grass energy by using Versatile. And a benefit to Mew, even though it is an EX, we do lose 2 prizes. But Mew is, it's 120 HP, so it's got a little bit more. And, I mean, I think the advantage is definitely to play only 1 grass energy and being able to pull this off using Dimension Valley. So that's it for those guys. Let's take a look at the Crobat line. You guys have seen this before. It's got the ability to surprise by when you play him from your hand, you can put 3 damage counters on any Pokemon on your opponent's side of the field. And we can also do Skill Dive for free if we have Dimension Valley out. So that's always really useful as well. Golbat is really good for being a uncommon and only 7 HP. It's got the ability Sneaky Bite, very similar to Crobat, but you put 2 damage counters instead of 3, and then you can swoop across and do 10 damage to everything on your opponent's side of the field. Again, we'll be playing the Zubat that is from Plasma Storm. It's got free flight, so we're not going to be playing any energies on this anyway, so then we can have the free retreat, even though it's only 40 HP. Excuse me there. Let's see here. We got Wobbuffet. Wobbuffet's got the ability Bide Barricade. We're only playing one of these because, I mean, it's pretty useful to shut off things like Red Signal and other stage basic abilities. You never know. So Wobbuffet, it's pretty handy. We'll be playing one of these guys. And on to our item cards and whatnot, we got Escape Rope, one of these, one Evil Soda because we run a lot of stage 2 line in Crobat, and we run a stage 1 line in Vespiquen. We have Professor's Letter, just get the basic energies into our hand. We got 1 Repeat Ball because why not? We got a lot of these cards that repeat. We got Scoop Up Cyclone as the expected choice, being able to scoop up the whole entire Crobat line and then playing it down again. That's always really good. We got the Starlight Megaphone, one of these. We got 2 Switches, 3 Ultra Balls, 2 VS Seekers. For our support line, we got 2 AZ, 1 Coldress, 2 Lysanders, 1 Lysander's Trump card, 3 Ends, 4 Professor Juniper, and then for the Stadium, did I say 3 Ends? I meant 4 Ends. Sorry about that. 4 Ends, 4 Junipers, and then for Stadium, we got 3 Dimension Valleys, 3 Muscle Bands, 6 Grass Energies, 1 Psychic Energy. Could be very useful for, the Psychic Energy when we use Professor's Letter. If we need a Psychic Energy, you never know. And then we got 2 of these Mystery Energies, mostly just for Wobbuffet because it's a 2 retreat cost. We can play it onto Wobbuffet and it can give us the free retreat. So that's kind of the idea. Otherwise, that's it for the deck. Let's go ahead and see this deck in action on Pokemon TCG Online. Okay, looks like we're playing against Vespiquen, and it's going to be a Fire, Colorless, and Dragon type. We go for heads, and we get to go first because we want to evolve first. Here we go. We start. Ooh, we see a Blaziken. I believe someone has requested to see a Blaziken deck, so I'm looking forward to building that as well. Now, I don't exactly remember who it was that wanted to see a Blaziken deck, but that's definitely on my list. So here we go. We start off. We do get a Repeat Ball. That's always really good. Oh my goodness, there's only 1 more Zubat. 2 of them are prized. And we see 1 of 2 Vespiquens and 2 Combees. So that's good news. And we see a couple of Crobats, a couple of Golbats. We see 1 Mew, 2 Mews, and the Wobbuffet. So that's good news for us. Let's go ahead. We'll play this down here. And since we're going first, there's really nothing to do here. I'm going to go ahead and play that there. Now, we can use the Psychic Energy, but since we can't attack anyways, I'm just going to go and I'm going to end the turn. In the next turn, what I want to do is at the very least, play both the Golbats. Now, my opponent can end us, and I'm okay with that because we have 6 cards in our hand, and if my opponent goes, my opponent can, Oh my goodness, our Zubat can get knocked out. I just realized that. That is awful. And we only have 2 Zubats. Oh man, unless my opponent wants to do flare bonus, I think that'd be really nice. Please do flare bonus. Please, my opponent, please do flare bonus. Now, I doubt that's gonna happen. Oh, wait a second, my opponent did go for a flare bonus. We locked out right there. That was super lucky. Oh wow, thank you, Torchic. And my opponent flips tails anyways, so here we go. I think we will take the win. And that's 20, and that's 20, and the Torchic will get knocked out here. So that's GG. We'll swoop across, and wow, man, that is a bummer. I apologize for my opponent, but you know what? We get a prize, and that's what we want to do. We get some cool, sweet prizes, and we get a shield energy. Okay, so I don't know, guys. We're going to have to play another match there. We didn't even get to see Vespiquen do anything, nor did we get to see Mew take advantage of the Dimension Valley. So let's take a look. And we're playing against the Crease Child. I'm not sure. We'll go for tails this time, and it's heads. Darn it. I should have gone for heads. You know, sometimes I don't remember playing these Pikachu sleeves. Not sure how that got there, but we actually got a pretty interesting start. What we can do is, that's it. My opponent passes the turn. We get the Combi here. I'm going to go ahead and play this as well. We even get the Dimension Valley, which I can play, I suppose. Or I can discard these and go for a Zubat, and then I'm going to play the N. I think that's a good play. And okay, so that's it. We will end the turn. We're gonna have to use the Vespiquen to take out the Sigilif. There's really no other options there. Wow, we see a we see a bunch of different things, and that's it. So I'm gonna go ahead and end up junipering our hand, I think. Let's see. Nope, never mind. What I'm gonna do is pick up the. Yeah, might as well. I'll just pick this guy up. That was so lame. And let's go ahead. We'll grab another Combi. Oh, there is nothing left, but let's take a look at our deck really quick. Okay. All right. Okay. That's cool with me. Let's see here. We can always use Juniper. We can go for a damage beat that does nothing. My opponent goes for a Evil Soda that can get out either the... Oh, it gets up a Dusclops. My opponent plays the Mega Heracross EX. And okay, so what we're going to do next is probably end up discarding our Crobat. That's a bit of a shame. Let's get the Golbat out here. That way we can, at the very least, do some damage onto this Sigilif. Now, the problem here is we only have one Combi here. The other one is prized. So we got to be very careful on what we do here. Let's go ahead and go for a damage beat. Almost knocking out the Sigilif, but... we should be able to knock him out next turn, assuming we can get another Golbat or even a Crobat. What I want to do is play the Professor's Letter. We have one of our Dimension Valleys in the discard pile. So, oh my goodness, my opponent goes for a Scoop Up Cyclone, even goes for the Escape Rope. So, I'm going to go ahead and... let's go. We'll play the Mew. I don't think my opponent can attack us. We see the Sigilif play back on the floor. And, okay, so we got the Wobbuffet over here. And let's see, we do get a couple of different things. I'm going to go for the Professor's Letter, get only one card. We're going to end up shuffling our hand anyways. And we'll play this here. And I'm definitely going to go for the Colress. Let's take a look at what we get here. We do get the Golbat. And yeah, I mean, okay, the Voltorb can blow up. But you know what, I'm going to take my chances here. And let's go for the Dimension Valley. Here's the Versatile going for the damage beat, hitting for 80. My opponent flips tails and doesn't blow up. That's good news for us. We get the other Combi. Nice news there as well. I would prefer to save the last spot here for another Zubat, but oh my goodness, what the heck? Okay, fine. We're gonna have to invest in this Combi. That's definitely gonna be what we need to do. Let's go ahead. We will retreat over here, and let's take a look at our options. I'm guessing we're going to have to do this. Let's go for the Juniper. We do get this here, and I will play that as well. We even get a repeat ball, but that's not going to be of any use. I think a Crobat's in the discard pile. So let's go ahead. We'll just go with the damage beat, hitting for 60. We are one short again. But okay, so I guess what we'll do, my opponent goes and heals off a little bit of damage, and we are back to where we've started. Oh boy. I gotta get rid of this Sigilif somehow, and this has got to be the only way to do it. Otherwise, we can retreat. That's actually an option there as well. Let's go ahead. We're going to go for the Lysander's trump card, bringing back all these guys. Let's go for the damage beat, and there it is, finally knocking out the Sigilif. My opponent needs to get the Heracross going. I think that's going to be the centerpiece of my opponent's deck. We have an Evil Soda that we won't get to use. Well, I guess we can use to get out another Vespiquen as well. So there we go. My opponent goes for a Pokemon Fan Club, getting another Heracross. We finally see the Dusknoir come into play. So let's go ahead. We're going to see what we can do. Let's go for this. Get the Vespiquen out. That's very good. I mean, I could have used the Evil Soda as well. That's fine too, but we'll save that. Oh man, I don't want to play N. My opponent only has one card left. Let's go for the Juniper, and we do get an AZ for the next turn. I'm going to go ahead and invest in this Vespiquen here. That way we have another attacker over there. And let's just go, oh boy. Let's see, we're going to go no draw support at all, my opponent says. And I guess what we'll do is just go with this. I'm going to go for the Skill Dive. My opponent can definitely heal this off, the Sigilif, but I mean, we'll just hit it again for another 60 until at some point my opponent can't put any more damages on the Dusknoir. Otherwise, we can go on AZ, and we see a Scoop Up Cyclone. That probably came off courtesy of the Lysander's trump card. My opponent will need to promote something still, and that's it. My opponent promotes the Mr. Mime. So here we go. Let's go ahead. We'll bring this up, and boy, that is a ton of cards. Let's see here. I think what I want to do is probably play this on the Wobbuffet, and well, maybe not. I mean, I don't know. I don't know, guys. Let's go with that. My opponent. Well, hey, we can do Pain Pellets. Look at that, huh? Or we can even do Psybolt. But let's go ahead. We'll just go with the Skill Dive, hitting the Mr. Mime over here for 60, potentially knocking him out. So what we're going to do in the next turn is play the Golbat, knock out the Mr. Mime. My opponent gets a Skyla, but the plan still stands. What we're going to do is knock out the Mr. Mime and then attack probably the Sigilif or whatever my opponent promotes. So let's go ahead. We're going to do that there. Let's go with that. We'll take out the Mr. Mime. And let's see. There we go. It is the Sigilif. I'm going to go ahead. We'll just bring this back up and go on our merry way. We'll go for the Skill Dive. And that should do it, folks. Well, not really. We gotta wait and see. My opponent goes for a huge Colress. There's the draw support my opponent needed. And wow, we lost all 3 muscle bands there, guys. It doesn't really matter. At some point, we would probably have lost them anyways because, you know, we would Juniper them away earlier. So I can go ahead and use the VS Seeker and get all 3 of these back. I think that's gonna be what I want to do. So the Dusknoir over here is taking advantage of you know, healing off the Sigilif, but at some point, if the Dusknoir has enough damage on him, what I want to do is just attack him. Just attack him straight up. I can just do a Skill Dive and do 30 damage onto the Dusknoir on the bench. So, but for now, let's go ahead and let's see. We're only doing 60. So that would mean what I want to do is I want to spread damage a little bit and do that over there. And let's go ahead. Let's go with the Lysander's trump card. I want to get back our muscle bands. And yes, my opponent will be getting back the Scoop Up Cyclone, but I'm going to go with that. And let's just go for the Skill Dive, I suppose. I wonder what would happen if... Darn it, I should have played the Ultra Ball first. Why? Why did I do that? I should have played the Ultra Ball. I should have played the Escape Rope and Ultra Ball. And then I played the Lysander's trump card. My opponent goes for a Virizion EX. That's very interesting. So what I want to do is probably just go with... Yeah, right here. And I'm just going to go and scoop across, spread the damage out. My opponent can definitely bring all those damage there, but that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 50 damage. And, you know, I didn't want to deal with the Sigilif anymore, but we'll wait and see here. My opponent goes and does the Shadow Void. But when my opponent's down to 30 HP left, what we'll do is we'll just evolve and then we'll just take out the Dusknoir. So unless my opponent has the Max Potion in hand, that would be very good for my opponent. Nope, my opponent, we see a Super Potion. And the Mega Heracross gets another energy drop. My opponent goes for a Professor Sycamore. We see a number of cards in here. Pokemon Fan Club, Pokemon Fan Club. Okay, so definitely regret. Oh my goodness, my opponent even gets... Oh man, how tragic is that? We're going to see a Big Bang Horn over here knocking out... Oh man, that is tragic. So let's take a look at what we can do here. Definitely we can play this Vespiquen, but we're going to go with the Wobbuffet. My opponent's going to continually heal damage off anyways. Let's go for the Psychic Assault. My opponent will knock out the Wobbuffet, and my opponent here, the Dusknoir, can be rather annoying. What we're going to do is we're probably going to sacrifice a little bit here, and I'm going to knock out the Dusknoir. I think the Dusknoir is going to be the main engine to my opponent's deck. So the plan here is once the Wobbuffet gets knocked out, we're going to use the Crobat to do a skill dive, and we will take out the Dusknoir. So here is the plan. Let's go with that. We'll confirm our choice over here. And you know what we're going to do is we're going to even Lysander out this Heracross here, right? So let's go ahead, we'll do that, and then we'll skill dive and take out this. So that way my opponent needs to play a switch to get his Mega Heracross back into the active spot. We do see a switch, darn it. Dang it, didn't see that coming. But that's alright. We'll bring out the Mew EX, and oh man. Okay, we're going to have to play pretty low-key here. Let's go ahead, we'll evolve, put some damage here. And let's evolve these guys, get the Golbat into play, and evolve him, put some more damage on here. And we'll go with the Juniper. We see a repeat ball. Not that we really need that yet. But okay, so let's go for the damage beat. It's a shame that we didn't get the muscle band, so that could have put my opponent down to 50 HP. So we have 150 here. My opponent's going to be only doing 30 damage. My opponent does not have the Dusknoir anymore, so my opponent wouldn't be able to do one-hit knockouts on our Vespiquen. We should be in decent shape there. My opponent evolves again, but you know what? Right now, we should have the Lysander in hand, and that's what we're going to do. It is GG. We're going to take the Lysander over here and bring out this guy. And here we go. Damage beat. 300 damage. Taking out the Mega Heracross. So there we go, Yujin Nakayama. That is the Vespiquen Crobat deck for you. Thank you for requesting it. Thank you for having this on the channel. And if you guys have any other deck ideas, I will see to it if I can build them. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think of this deck. Please give this a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Hopefully you guys have a good day. Take care. Goodbye.